Hello guys and girls, Voices from the Dark here. Welcome back to more Steins Gate. We're gonna be starting up a new path today. I'm not sure which path actually, and I'm not sure how we're gonna get it. Which is why I'm now going to experiment, and by the time you leave down in the comments how I'm supposed to continue, I'll already have continued, because I'm always like 5 episodes ahead. So no need to worry about that. I know that we did get a call from Mayuri on the rooftop, didn't we? So I'm gonna skip that. Your phone's ringing. Does this look like the face of a man who cares, Kurisu? Oh yeah, it's Mayuri. Answer it. I don't mind. That's... The ringtone cuts off during my hesitation. You're such a wimp. I'm disappointed in you. Aren't you afraid of dying? Did you not hear what I just said? I heard, but... An email interrupts me. Doo-doo-doo! Mayushi here. Hey, Okarin, is something bothering you? You've been looking kinda sad lately. Do you want to talk about it? Or is it something you can't tell Mayushi about? That would make me sad. If you feel like Mayushi is being a burden, then I want you to tell me, okay? Okay, and then it just goes on and on and on and on in the same track, and I don't think anything actually changes from that little decision, which means that we will have to go back even further in time, which is what we will do, and try and remember the choices that we have made. Okay guys and girls, I believe this is in chapter 4. I made some different choices with my phone, because that really does seem to matter. And I'm returning to the lab. I think I was just at May Queen, and Kurisu is outside. And I believe she's talking to somebody on the phone, because I saw this scene in the anime, and I wondered why it wasn't included in the visual novel. It's just that there was a different route, because in anime they take a very specific path. So now we're gonna see some of that, some things we haven't seen before. What? You called me all the way to Japan and now you... I knew it. You never wanted to see me, did you? The street is dark and her hair is covering her eyes, so I can't make out her expression. But from the sound of her voice, I can tell that she's crying. Why did you ask me to come here then? You can at least tell me that... Kurisu lifts her head in surprise. She must have noticed me. She falls into an awkward silence, then turns and walks away. It looked like she was crying. I wonder if she got into a fight. Who could have made her cry like that? Her boyfriend? Even a friendless, experiment-loving girl like her can get a boyfriend. No, there's no way such an arrogant, abusive girl can have a boyfriend. But then who was it? A sibling? Or maybe her father, who she hasn't seen in 7 years? I'm afraid to ask. Kurisu's scary when she snaps. The memory of her baleful glare sends a shiver up my spine. I hurry to the 2nd floor. Okay. So there we go. That was a new scene. That's always cool to see. Yeah, everybody's talking about Teeter. Okay, so are you gonna say something? Because I can't remember this. That's... Kurisu's standing there glaring at me. Her eyes are red. So she was crying. Why did she come back? Yeah? I wasn't crying or anything, okay? No, you were definitely crying. Don't be ridiculous! Where's your proof? Your eyes are red. Her glare weakens for a second, but then returns at double the intensity. I wasn't crying, okay? You're not being very logical, Christina. In fact, she's not acting like herself at all. Did she come up here just to claim that she wasn't crying? She should have just gone back to her hotel and cried into a pillow instead of coming here to make excuses. Anyway, I wasn't crying. Understand? End of discussion. That sniffle tanked any credibility she might have had. Even now, instead of going back to her hotel, she plops onto the sofa and hugs Mayuri's Upa plushie to her chest like a little girl. For the next few minutes, she just sits there, pouting and staring at the wall. That's... So I believe we're gonna get a bit closer with Kurisu if we keep going down this little path here. which I assume would be good if we want to get to Kurisu ending, right? If the TV were on, then we could have had a little BGM for some distraction, but unfortunately, painful silence prevails. The only sounds are the whirring of the desktop's hard drive and Kurisu's occasional sniffle. Jeez, what an annoying assistant. How are we supposed to get any science done like this? Christina. Shut up. Don't talk to me. Your lips say don't, but your aura says please. Ooh, maybe she's begging for attention. Listen, you don't have to talk. Just listen. If there's something troubling you, I'll do everything in my power to help. Eh? Kurisu looks at me blankly. And it's not just me. I'm sure I speak for Mayuri and Daru as well. So don't hesitate to come to us. When you want to cry, don't hold it in, just let it out. We won't reject you. We'll hear you out. Why? Because you're important to us. You're our friend. Oh, yeah. For some reason, Kurisu blushes and hangs her head. She hugs Zupa so hard his face caves in. I'm sorry. I was a little upset. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. Just tell me when you're ready. I'll hear you out. Okay. She nods softly. Looks like my sincerity has reached her. Just as planned. Show a friendless, experiment-loving girl just a little kindness, and she'll easily grant you her favor. How do I know that? Because I too have a few friends. I mean few friends, not a few friends, just few, like few. This should be more like a depressed laugh, like ha ha, ha ha ha. Kurisu's help is critical, so to solving the mystery of the phone wave, name subject to change. We still call it that apparently. Now that my plan has succeeded, her petty private matter shall no longer be an impediment to our science. Normally, I, the great Hoyoin Kyuma, would not concern myself with the mental health of my minions, but if this is the price I must pay to bring my dream to fruition, so be it. With this, Kurisu's loyalty is assured. Soon, the world will... Typo. The world will tremble before us. Yes, indeed. Okay, and there we go. This is back on the normal path. And here goes Ferris with her whole nyan 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 stuff. Quit talking like that. It's annoying. Don't like you. Go away. Alright. So during this path we seem to comfort Christina a lot more. Like she'll send us a message like, is it okay to leave me alone here and I'm outside? Remember, I can steal all your precious future gadgets. And I reply like, you're not an outsider, you are a lab mem. And so we sort of develop our relationship with Kurisu a lot more in this path, which I think will play a pretty big role. New message from her. It's a disgrace to be thought of as your partner. People will start doubting my character. Anyway, finish your errands to get back here. Really? Then why do you keep coming to the lab? In truth, you're so happy to be a lab mem that you can't help it. Isn't that right? Just teasing her a bit. All in good fun. Seriously though, why am I still here? I was supposed to have gone back to America by now. I don't know, looking at me. It's the choice of Steins Gate. Hellside Kongru. Hellside Kongaloo. That gets me every single time. Alright. Achievement unlocked. Genius Girls Melancholy. I don't know about this Steins Gate thing, but maybe Chaos Theory can explain how you derail my life, lol. At any rate, take responsibility for getting me involved. Well, that's step 1. We have now successfully infiltrated the heart of Kurisu. Kurisu really is turning into a class president character. There's some new dialogue here, so I can't skip ahead. At this rate, she might take over the lab. Wait, could this be what Susuo was warning me about? Nah. Anyway, Kurisu scratches her cheek in what could be taken for a bashful gesture. So majestic. I hope Amana-san finds her father. Yeah. That would be nice. Come to think of it, she has father issues too, doesn't she? Maybe she sympathizes with Susuo. Hey, Okabe. Suddenly, Kurisu starts fidgeting for some reason. I'm sorry about before. Before? When I hit you with my book, I thought you were just being a pervert when we were groping a certain Lukaku. But when I thought about it later, I realized that you were being completely serious. But I acted on impulse without even considering what you had to say. Forget it. Regardless of my intentions, the fact of the matter is that I made Lukaku cry. Just to make sure, you're not a perverted scumbag, are you? Make sure my ass? Are you trying to apologize or what? I just don't want you to use science as an excuse to be a pervert. Not while I'm helping, at least. What do you take me for? My friends are precious to me. I may be an insane mad scientist with an IQ of 170, but even I have my limits. The phone wave, named subject to change, wouldn't have come this far without you and Dara at my side. Okay. Blush blush. I am Lab Mem 001, the founder of the lab. If my friends are in danger, I'll rush to their aid, and I would tear my own limbs off before I knowingly brought harm to any of you. What's so funny? That has to be the cheesiest thing you've ever said. Still, it's nice to hear. The research institute I work in America is full of talented people from all over the world, but it's not a friendly place. Everyone thinks he or she is the best. You think you have an ego? Over there, scientists hurl insults at each other on a daily basis, sometimes even sabotage each other's work. When my thesis was chosen to represent the lab, many of the older men complained. And when I came back here as a kind of reverse exchange student, my classmates were all too afraid to talk to me. Compared to that, your lab is childish, but comfortable. Seems like everyone has their own problems. You're really concerned about Amane-san, aren't you? That part of you I can respect. But I'm not praising you, okay? She suddenly blushes for some reason. I just, thought you should know. Maybe I... Huh? Maybe all I ever wanted was friends. That was deep, man. Okay, bae. There aren't many people I can trust. After all, I am an insane mad scientist wanted the world over. My enemies are everywhere, waiting to strike. Curse this incredible genius brain of mine. I, think of you as a friend, too. What? You said I was your friend, remember? You said I was important to you. That made me really happy, I guess. Do you have a fever? No! What the hell? Here I am trying to find something decent about you, and you... I don't care anymore, stupid. You're really... stupid. Kurisu squares her shoulders and quickly walks ahead. I give chase. So here you can see that once the future choice comes where we have to choose between Mayuri and Kurisu, that we will have more of a reason to go after Kurisu and we can make more of a conscious decision there, because we didn't actually have a choice in the other path because we hadn't developed our relationship with Kurisu enough, so we just automatically went with the Mayuri path. That's how we roll. What just happened? Is this girl planning something? Maybe she really is plotting to take over the lab. No, wait. Maybe she's trying to sabotage the party because she doesn't like Sasua. No mere assistant is going to pull one over on the great Hoyoyin Kiyuma. Anyway, time to get my head in the game. Gotta get your head in the game. Let's prepare for the Last Supper, Operation Eldrimnir. The Last Supper refers to our party for Sasua. In the event she reunites with her father, we'll just celebrate normally. In other words, it will be her last supper in Tokyo. Well, her father will be there. However, if she doesn't reunite with her father, we'll kidnap her and force her to participate in our experiments. Sacrifices must be made if we're going to perfect D-mail technology. In that case, it will be the last supper on this world line. The lab's budget, most of which comes out of my pocket, is tight, but it's okay to party every once in a while. There's no such thing as low risk, high return. High risk, high return. That is how a mad scientist operates. I can already taste Sasua's despair. Unsure if you read this before or not. I can't skip it. Huh? Over there. Isn't that... Yeah, because we've seen this. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And away we go. And we have new dialogue. Right now I think we're in the early phases of working on the time leap machine. And it stopped me from fast forwarding, so I assume it's new. Mayuri and Daru go home, leaving me with Kurisu. The fast forward function is very useful, by the way. She's sitting in the development room chair, endlessly twirling a pen in her fingers. Is that the sound? Or is that a clock? Can't tell. What are you doing? Thinking about the time leap machine. I know we can make it, but I'm wondering what will happen if we actually use it. Ah. She hasn't even started working on the machine and she's already worried about what comes afterwards? That takes confidence, alright? Are all geniuses like that? What will happen when we use it? I doubt we can find an answer to that question, not without testing it live. Kurisu knows that. What she's really wondering is whether it's worth the risk. That's why I avoid arguing with her. You're thinking too hard. Finish the machine, then worry about it. You're so pompous. That's... Kurisu groans and flops down on the desk. It's strange to see her like this. She's usually so cool and collected. But maybe that's an act and this is who she really is. Well, maybe she can just relax around you more. Hey, Okabe. Can I talk to you about something completely unrelated? I'd rather talk about something related. You told me before that I could ask you anything, remember? I did? I don't remember that. I think... Here we go, here we're getting some info. I think my father hates me. She sighs sadly. Ah, so that's what you wanted to talk about. A conundrum. This isn't like before, when she was merely an advisor. The timely project depends on Kurisu to succeed. It is clear, however, that she will be unable to focus as long as these petty concerns distract her. In that case, it falls to me, the great Hoyin Kyuma, to solve her problem once and for all. Only then can she devote herself fully to the future of the lab. Very well, speak! You really are pompous. I assume it was your father on the phone the other day. I am speaking, of course, of when I found Kurisu outside the lab, crying into her phone. The mood was... delicate. Yeah. I don't remember the last time he had a kind word for me. Even when we were living together, before I went to America, he acted like I wasn't there. We're supposed to be family, aren't we? And you? How did you treat your father? I was Daddy's little girl growing up. You practically had to drag me away from him. She smiles, but in her smile I see a hint of self-mockery. My father's a physicist. Even as a child, I loved to hear him talk about science. I couldn't understand a word of it, but I always begged him to explain. I wanted to understand his work, so I started studying physics. I must have been 5. Damn, I guess that's what makes her a genius. Or perhaps the yearning for her father's love was what gave birth to her genius. Thanks to that, I always got perfect grades in math. I ignored all the other subjects though, so my grades were a little skewed. I even read my father's papers. I was a little girl trying to comprehend theoretical physics, but I gave it everything I had. I needed to understand. By 6th grade, I had learned enough that I could discuss my father's theories with him. I was so happy that I could talk to my father on his level, you know? We used to argue all night long. And then I started winning those arguments. All of them. Yeah, I can definitely see how that would make him hate you. A tragedy fitting for a girl genius. What kind of scientist loses to a grade school girl anyway? Seriously. You really think that's why? I'm absolutely certain that's why. I guess he did have a lot of pride. Anyway, one day, he suddenly stopped talking to me altogether. Then he started fighting with my mom, and finally he stopped coming home. I really loved my dad, so it was a big shock. I felt it was my fault things turned out that way. I couldn't go to school. I was so depressed. And then Mom recommended I study abroad. So that's why she went to America. You were just too talented for your own good. So, how do you feel about your father now? I don't know. Kurisu looks down. He's in Japan, right? Have you seen him at all? No, he doesn't want to see me. That's why we were talking about it on the phone. I asked if we could meet, but he told me to stay away from him. Your father has quite the inferiority complex. Yeah, like, if that's the whole story here, that he disliked Kurisu knowing more than him, then that's pretty petty. No wonder she was crying. Even for someone as strong-willed as Kurisu, it must hurt to hear that from her father. But there could be another side to the story in which we have yet to discover. Even if we did meet, I wouldn't know what to say. I tried to talk to him before I left, you know? I tried so hard, but he just ignored me. It hurts. Whenever I think about going to see him, I remember those times. I worry he'll ignore me again, and then I can't do anything. Are you crying? Just a little, okay? You want to reconcile with your father, correct? I don't know. If you didn't, then you wouldn't have confided in me, and you wouldn't be crying, would you? True. Just be straight with him. Say, I love you, Dad. Let's make up. I think that's a little out of character for me. It's your father. Stop acting like a weak little girl. Kurisu jerks upright, her face bright red. I'm not acting like a little girl. Yes, you are. You'll never reconcile with him like that. You need to speak from the heart. Give it to him straight. It's the only way to get your message across. You can't sugarcoat it. If that doesn't work, nothing will. Then you'll just have to hope that time heals the rift between you. And how long will that take? How should I know? I'm only a year older than you, remember? How long has it been since you went to America? 7 years. If nothing has changed in 7 years, then maybe it will take twice that much time. I guess you're right. Kurisu sighs heavily and rests her chin in her hands. Did my advice backfire? Looks like she's even more depressed now. I fold my arms and rack my brain for a solution. I don't want to see Kurisu like this. It's pathetic. Well, when are you going to see him? Huh? Kurisu opens her eyes, wide in confusion. I take out my phone and bring up the calendar. I assume it'll be during summer break. Make sure you let me know ahead of time. But what are you talking about? I might have plans. I need to shift my schedule around. Hold on a second. Don't tell me you plan on coming along. Of course I do. You're my assistant. I will do whatever it takes to ensure that you are in a peak mental condition for the experiment. That's... Kurisu looks dumbfounded. What? Did I say something wrong? Okay, you've had your fun. I'm in no mood for... I'm being completely serious. That's... I'll go anywhere you want. Anywhere in Japan. I go anywhere in the world, but I don't have a passport or money. Pokebay. You're afraid you won't know what to say, right? Yeah. Then that settles it. I'm a master of conversation. Totally. You'll have nothing to fear with Hoyi and Kiyuma at your side. Why are you laughing? You couldn't hold a normal conversation if your life depended on it. By Jove, she's right. A mad scientist does not care about things like tact and decorum. He dominates the room with his sheer presence. Perhaps a softer touch is called for here. But thanks anyway. I definitely didn't expect you to offer to come. Not that I'm happy about it or anything. I hate how you act like a nice guy sometimes. It's confusing. Confusing how? Why is she yelling at me anyway? Shouldn't she be thanking me instead? Well, this is just her way. It's the tsundere way. Okibay? That offer, I can take you up on it, right? Of course. Then, once we're done upgrading the phone wave, I want you to come with me. As you wish. Where's your father anyway? Aomori. Aomori? That's where he lives now. That's way up at the north end of the island, like 700 kilometers or something. I wasn't expecting to have to go that far. What? You're not going to back out, are you? You already promised. I'm taking you whether you like it or not, okay? Aomori it is. Pronunciations. Stuff. If promising to go to Aomori will let Kurisu concentrate on the time leap machine, it's a small price to pay. A small price indeed. So, we're getting extra dialogue here. It's super cool. This is old stuff, right? Oh, yes. What is this? Oh, okay, plans. Going from Tokyo to Aomori by bullet train is over 15,000 yen per person, but the overnight bus is only 5,000 yen. Which you preferred? I want to cover the traveling expenses, but I don't have that much on hand. I'm staying in a hotel, but I'm not a celeb. Mama's pretty strict on money, not to mention she'd kill me if she knew I was going to see my father. So maybe we should go by overnight bus to fit our budget? What is this nonsense? Don't forget your duty as a lab mem. Seriously, Christina, sometimes I don't know where your ambitions are. Let's go. What now? What do you mean nonsense? Die! What the hell, Okabe? Jeez. Somebody has a few issues. Sorry for getting mad, but Okabe, did you have to say it like that? I love the fact that she can use. Okay, that's precious. That's really precious. Let's see. Where's Miyuri? What's wrong with you? She went to Lukashi. Damn, she'll left her call her or send a mail. In this one we called Miyuri. Can we also call Lukaku? We can't. I don't know if we did this.
Hello, this is Urishibara.
I can't skip at least. Lukaku! It's me! Okabe!
Okabe-san? What's wrong?
This is while we're still trying to save Mayuri from the endless loop of deaths. Is Mayuri there? If she is, let me speak to her.
Okay, just a moment, please. Doo-doo-doo! Mayushi here. What's up, Okurin?
Finally, I managed to get a hold of Mayuri. This will give us hours to spare. Where are you now? Yanabayashi Shrine?
Yep.
I'm headed there now. Whatever you do, don't move, okay?
Huh? Why not?
No time to explain. Get in the car. What's all the commotions? Kurisu's eyes are half asleep. Daru, assistant. Leave right now and get as far from Akiba as you can, but under no circumstances use the train. I think we've read this before. Go, run. Okay, I have to read that. That's actually funny. If you can go somewhere you don't normally go and stay there overnight, understand? Wait overnight? So you're saying we should go to a love hotel and make hanky-panky? I understand. Shut it, perv! Kurisu gets up. What's going on? What's going on, Okabe? Please, just do as I say. We'll talk later. Don't come back to the lab until after I say so. I thought of having them take the time leap machine, but the microwave's pretty heavy to carry around. And it's that time machine that Moeka's really after, not Mayuri. If it will guarantee everyone's safety, I'd rather just abandon the time machine. I dash out of the lab, disregarding Kurisu's and Daru's demands for an explanation. I was right to borrow Susuya's bicycle. I arrived at the shrine far earlier than if I had run. Mayuri and Lukaku are in front of the main building. I don't think we read this before. Mayuri! Okurin! Mayuri waves her hand happily. Lukaku bows her head. Are you here to back me up? Back you up? To help convince Luka-chan to wear my costume. Mayuri-chan, I really can't. It's too embarrassing. Hey, Okurin, can you think of some way to persuade Luka-chan? Mayushi can't reach the ending for the Luka-chan route. It's not that difficult there. It's one of the easiest choices in the game. I keep telling her I can't, but Mayuri-chan just won't give up. Tears well up in my eyes. I grit my teeth and resist the urge to cry. To see them talking, so happy and carefree. I thought that this peace would last forever. And yet... I'm sorry, you two. Save the cosplay talk for later. I grab Mayuri's hand. Drop your bags, Mayuri. Leave them with Lukaku. Huh? What's going on? We're leaving town. Leaving town? We're going on a trip? A trip? Lukaku's face turns red. Just the two of you? Oh no, she's getting jealous. That's right. I'll let Lukaku misunderstand whatever she wants. I take off running, half dragging Mayuri along. We get out to Monsebashi Bridge. Now I need to figure out where we need to go from here. It's 4:30. We should still have about 3 hours before the train stop. If we wanted to, we could have even leave from Akiba Station. But that seems like a bad idea. Moeka and her men might already be there. We should board from another station. If the plan is to head for Yokohama, the fastest way is to take the bullet train from Tokyo Station. To get to Tokyo Station without passing through Akihabara Station means boarding at Kanda or Awajicho. We could walk to Tokyo Station in an hour, but I don't want to waste that much time.
Where are we going, Ocarin? What's the rush?
CERN's after us.
Huh? What does that mean?
I'll explain later. First, we need to get out of Akiba.
Okay.
I decide on Awajicho Station and start running. If we can make it to Yasukuni...
Just stop it with the names!
If we can make it to Yasukuni-dori... The station's right there. But I freeze when I see a group of 6 men walking just ahead. Are they Moeka's men? I don't know, but we can't take the chance. I pull Mayuri into a nearby alley. Just like I do with my girls. How many men does CERN have? When did these patrols start? Are they watching stations besides Akihabara? I have no way of knowing. To make matters worse, CERN's assassins are indistinguishable from ordinary shoppers at a glance. You can tell they're different when you get close, but by then it's too late. They could be anyone. Japanese, foreigners, anyone. Damn, what should we do? Should we take the shortest route and risk being seen? Or should we just stick to the back streets and stay out of sight?
Ocarin, Mayuri's kinda scared.
The fear on Mayuri's face gives me my answer. I can't expose her to danger. We have to take the back roads. It doesn't have to be Awajicho. Any subway station is fine. As long as we can get out of Akiba. I won't save you, dude. Staying out of sight is more difficult than I expected. And the subway is farther away than I thought. I misjudged the distance to the station. Maybe we should double back to Suehirocho Station. Or would that take us too close to the lab? There's no way knowing where CERN's men could be. Hide! I pull Mayuri into the entrance of a nearby building. Several young men pass by. They're not particularly fit, and each of them is carrying a bag full of computer parts. I don't think they're the enemy, but I can't be sure. The only way to be safe is to treat every group of men as a potential threat. It's already women who do that. At this rate, it'll be night before we escape Akiba. Maybe we should just go for it and hope to get lucky. I look up to the closest station with my phone. Uchanomizu and Suehirocho are about equidistant from our current position. I guess an equal distance. Suehirocho takes us near the lab, but Uchanomizu is on the same line as Akihabara. He might be affected by the bomb threat. An impasse. Mayuri, stay right here. Don't move until I get back.
Where are you going?
To the station to make sure it's safe. And while I'm at it, to scout the streets between here and there, we'll need to use the shortest route.
Mayuri doesn't want to be left alone.
I'll be right back. If I'm not back in 30 minutes, call someone, Kurisu or Sasua. Have them get you out of Akiba.
Don't say that. Come back, okay? If you don't, Mayuri won't know what to do.
Okay, I'll come back, I promise. I'll leave Mayuri behind and run to Uchanomizu Station. Wary of surrounding eyes, I scout the streets and decide that the back alleys of Kanda Myojin will give us the best chance of avoiding detection. Well, it's getting late and she's destined to die today, you know? Regardless of CERN. Once we make it to the station, we'll just have to pray. I race back to the spot I left Mayuri. Mayuri! She's not there. For an instant, I think I got the place mixed up, so I checked the entrance of the next building. But Mayuri isn't there either. She's gone. I told her not to move. At first, I assumed Mayuri just wandered off somewhere, like she often does, but then another possibility dawns on me. Could CERN's men have found her? Abducted her? Would they do that? Moeka said that Mayuri was unnecessary. That's why she killed Mayuri first. So why would they kidnap her? I don't know. The only thing I know is that Mayuri's gone. I knew I shouldn't have left her alone. I should have stayed by her side no matter what. Still, I can't give up. I scour the neighborhood for Mayuri. But when I fail to find any trace of her, I return to the lab in despair. It's a mail from Moeka. What? Okay, this is actually getting interesting. Just from the choice of calling Lukaku instead of Mayuri, this happens. We need to talk. Heading over now, okay? She's on her way here? When she says we need to talk, she probably means I'm going to kidnap you and take the time leap machine. Just as I'm about to delete the mail out of frustration, I notice there's an image attached. I swallow and open it. It's a scan of a foreign newspaper article. There's a rough black and white picture along with a date. February 28th, 1961. 50 years ago. It's not in English. I look at the picture. A jelly... Oh. No. The picture is of a jelly man embedded in the wall of a house. Wait. Holy fucking shit. Mayuri. Insert loud screaming here. What? Are you serious? That is the cruelest thing you could... Whoa. Okay. That was pretty freaking cool. Gah! A screeching fills my ears. Okay, we haven't read this either. Shock lasts an instant and the pain is gone. A wave of nausea hits me. Vomit backflows into my mouth. I swallow it back. My throat burns. I left immediately after seeing the photo. I couldn't accept it, not even for a second. In the 20 minutes I took my eyes off of Mayuri, she was captured by Moeka's men. They took her to France and stuck her in the LHC. They sent her through their unstable black hole 50 years into the past. It wasn't an experiment, it was just a warning, a threat. How could anyone do such a thing? Now that I've recovered slightly from the shock, I realized that Mayuri was probably still alive when Moeka sent me that picture. A flight to France takes at least 12 hours after all. Even so, her fate was already decided. Perhaps that 50-year-old newspaper article appeared out of thin air the instant they found her. I don't know why her cause of death changed. I don't have time to investigate. The only choice is to run. Our enemies don't consider Mayuri human. I'm filled with rage. I want to kill them. I won't let them have her. The clock shows 5:05 p.m. Not as much time left as I thought. Come to think of it, the time leap machine should be able to send me back to noon at least. I'll do that next time. A chill runs up my spine. What am I thinking? Next time? Have I already given up on saving her this time? I shake my head to clear it off negative thoughts. Judging by the time, Mayuri's already left the shrine. So I can't contact her until she gets back to the lab. All I can do is wait. As before, the Bronte workshop closes early. Mayuri appears as Susu and Mr. Braun are leaving. And I can skip ahead again. Okay. Whew, that was an interesting alternate scenario. Bye bye Mayuri, we'll skip ahead a little more here. Okay, so we're talking to Kurisu about us time leaping and trying to save Mayuri, and so she says, Mayuri's my friend and a fellow lab mem, and besides, I don't want to see you in such pain, and we haven't read this before, so... I'm sorry. Don't apologize. Remember when I told you about my father? You really helped me out back then. Now it's my turn to return the favor. I want to be your strength. Besides, you still have to come with me to Aomori. She smiles a wry but gentle smile, as if I were her mischievous younger brother. I know you're going to leap no matter what I say. You're a mad scientist after all, and mad scientists play by their own rules. That's... Hey, aren't you supposed to go mwahahahahaha or something? Yeah. Why do I even try? Kurisu's right. I'll do anything to save Mayuri. Kurisu stands up and looks at her watch. There's not much time. I think you should have a clear plan before trying to change the future again. Meaning? Leap to an even earlier time. Then explain the situation to me again. And we read that. Assistants. There's nobody at the lab. I don't have a key, so I can't get in. When are you coming over? I just assumed you'd be here like usual. It kind of feels like I'm visiting your home. Not that I want to visit your home or anything. Use the one hidden in the switchboard next to the door. Oh, that assistant of mine. Sometimes. She's just hopeless. Right now we're headed home with Mr. Braun. Stop bothering me when I'm having my day off. I found a key easily enough. Don't you think your security should be tighter? Should have thought about that before picking a fight with CERN, lol. Also, what's this frog that's been left with a key? Someone's bad taste? Only a maniac would put something that gross there. Actually, it scared the crap out of me, but keep that a secret, lol, okay? You're right, I was careless. I should have known better. Then... Garo Froggy is pretty freaking cute, okay? Don't tell me otherwise. You're delusional, I know. Are you seriously considering electronic locks and card keys? Who's that kind of money? You're being ridiculous as usual. You need to face reality for a change. Excuse me? Alright, but I'll tell you the truth, but keep it a secret. CERN is after us. I need your help. Oh, wow. Okay. That was, straightforward. Time for the Raynet Battle of the Century. I can't tell if this is true or just more of your usual BS. Okay, babe, this is a serious situation. You're turning into the boy who cried wolf. So only tell me the truth from now on, please. That was the truth, woman! Okay, so we're currently hiding away from the gang members with Ferris in the storage area. And Kurisu is calling us. Last time we answered, this time we're gonna try to ignore it. Shit, not now! The virals react to the ringtone. I press the end call button and shove the phone into my pocket. But it's too late. They already heard it. Hey, we found you! You can't escape. With brass knuckles in hand, one of the men starts grinning, bearing his canines. Like, is that how you say it? I thought that was how you said the dog, the canine. But canines sounds wrong, so canines? We're suddenly driven to the wall. Damn it! Is this the end? It's over. We're done for.
Oh no! 4 degrees Celsius got run over by a car, yeah?
Forrest shouts and points out the window. What? 4 degrees Celsius, son? Ferris rushes recklessly at the bewildered men. Or so I thought, but she actually just slips between them. I follow. That was smart. We raced down the stairs at a breakneck pace. Nice feint, Ferris. However, you're not getting away! And okay, it was just a little deviation. Still pretty cool. I think I broke the game. No! Why? Why do you do this to me? What's up, assistant? Explain yourself! Oh, I think this is right after we found out that Ferris was at the lab and we hugged her, because this is after the Ferris ending. So she's now forgotten her memories and stuff, so we were like, I'm sorry. Hey, what the hell was that just now? That was a loving hug. I'm seriously jealous. Not about getting hugged by you, but about having someone of the opposite sex to lovingly hug you. Don't misunderstand me. Anyway, what was that about? Don't worry about it. It was just something I had to do. That's my usual excuse. But don't worry yourself, Christina. She's been a lot more active on her phone lately. Damn it, even though all you do to me is sexual harassment. I'm sorry. Okay, first of all, you have to excuse any sort of noise in the background right now. I just want to get this whole business done, and sometimes it has to be done even when other people are being inconsiderate and playing loud music. So we're just gonna go, because the game stopped me here. We're talking about how to, what we should do with Lukaku, if we should date her, or like what we should do. And there's some new dialogue, because it stopped me. Well, you tripped a romance flag, so... Kurisu ponders this for a while. Then she blushes for some reason and turns away. Well, that's normal at this point. By the way, Okabe, is there someone you like? Dots. Why aren't you answering? Not really. For a second, Mayuri's face floated through my mind. But I feel more of a need to protect her rather than a romantic love for her. Oh, okay. Why do you ask? No, just wondering. There's no hidden meaning, okay? Why are you mad? Also, your face is red. It's not! Anyway, you should go out with Urushibaru-san. Seriously? You don't like anyone else, right? Then answer her feelings, you dummy. What do I do to deserve the name-calling? Mayuri dies in 2 days. I don't have time to play boyfriend. Suddenly, Kurisu's expression turns grave and we can skip ahead. You got mail.
From an unpopular girl. I don't really care if you get yourself a girlfriend, but don't forget about the time leap machine. This thing is serious. We need to get everyone together and decide what to do with it. I understand you're doing this for Mayuri's sake. Just remember there's more to this than just Urashibara-san. To be honest, I'm still afraid of this monster I created. I'd feel better if we could talk about it. In due time, I'll talk to you about it like 20 times, don't worry about that. Okay, so she's calling us here, and I think we answered this the last time. Could she pick the worst time? I try again, this time asking nicely to borrow her phone. Moeka doesn't reply. She's staring at her phone. As she realizes that it's not her phone ringing, I see fresh tears pool in her eyes. She hangs her head. Why won't you respond, FB? You're the one who recruited me. Moeka starts typing yet another mail. I guess she really doesn't recognize me. This is frustrating. Why is she acting like the victim here? Does she think she's a tragic heroine? Does she think she deserves sympathy? You don't have the right to be so weak. It's Mayuri who deserves sympathy, not you. She died countless times because of you. Murderer. I swallow the word before it passes my lips. Damn it. I check my phone. And now I suppose I take the phone anyways. Hello? Finally. And there we go, we can skip ahead. Okay, looks like the struggle with Moeka is over. We got a mail. Contact me, idiot! Is everything alright? What happened with that Kiryu lady? At least let me know if you're still alive. Don't say anything stupid like you're dead, okay? Please just reply. Even an email will do. I'm so worried I can't even eat. Don't worry, I won't die. Not until I fulfill my promise to go to Aomori with you. So as you can see, this is really setting up our Kurisu ending here. That's been all the work I've done today, soon 2 hours now of replaying and doing different mails, has been so we can set up for the remaining endings of the game, because we need to get a different Chapter 10. We got Chapter 10 Stardust Sky, which is just automatically Mayuri. We need to get another Chapter 10, a different Chapter 10. It's gonna be exciting. We got new mail. Maybe this isn't what you want to hear, but I need you to listen. I don't care about Aomori anymore. I just want you to be safe, Okabe. When you ran out without saying anything yesterday, it felt like my heart was going to explode. So hurry back, please. Wow, what's up with her lately? Her feelings for us are just through the roof. And guys and girls, I believe that is what we needed to do. Guys and girls, we have finally done it. We are now going to approach a different Chapter 10 of the game. Whew. That was quite a struggle, but we are here because now we come to the realization that Makizu Kurisu is indeed a doomed woman. On that world line, Makizu Kurisu dies. Oh. Chapter 10. Paradox Meltdown. No longer Stardust Sky. We're moving way beyond that. We are moving into a new ending. So tune in next time. Goodbye.